They got the big weed over here.
They got the water. Let me get it. What's the
For you to fully understand the importance of this Marathon Collective, first store, and the Marathon Cultivation brand, you really got to go back and look at how much work Nip been putting in. You know, how involved marijuana has been. You know, you got to go back to the spots that we done had. You got to go back to, you know, Nip always being a connoisseur of marijuana and wanting the best of the best. You got to go back to, you know, Nip creating his own strand, you know, in the streets and branding it as Marathon OG. You got to go back and you got to look at the deals and negotiations that have been done. You got to look at the spots that we done had and, you know, everything that led up to this one point right now with us having a legitimate licensed store. And once you realize that, you'll see how big and how important this is and what this really means.
Yeah, basically we on Crenshaw and Slauson. From my whole age 14 on up, my whole life took place on these four corners. Before it was Slauson Tees, it was just really a rundown parking lot. I mean, this really was my foundation, you know.
Slauson and Crenshaw, man, we used to be right there 24/7, man. Pioneers Pizza, go get our slices of pizza. Everybody used to hang right there, you know. It used to be cracking, man.
You know what I'm saying? And we would just wake up every day, we'd meet up. The Shell gas station was structured different at that time. And you know, probably like 6 or 7 of us, we'll meet up and sell our little tree, you know what I mean? Make our little swerves every morning. Hey, y'all see right now, this is a functional gas station. Normal law-abiding citizens working and pumping gas. Come back at 7 o'clock tonight. Big money in our pockets. We really rich roll, my nigga. You feel me? We got big rollies and big hunters, like, you feel me? Average street nigga on Slauson, like, ride like that, you know?
We used to be up there hustling every day. You know what I'm saying? Homies hustling CDs, T-shirts, you know what I'm saying? You know, we'd be up there kicking and shooting dice with each other. Then next thing you know, we'd be in the alley squabbing, you feel me? And then we right back in the parking lot, cool, hustling again, you feel me?
I got money on the street for a while. I wasn't making $1 million in the street. I ain't gonna tell that lie. We got hundreds of thousands in the street though, me and my brother. We did that at an early age. I was on Crenshaw and Slauson, I was on Bryanhurst, I was on 10th Avenue, them was my blocks. I had my whole hood on smash at a point in time. Everybody was getting their work from me.
Bro had his hand in a little bit of everything, you know. Smooth operator type guy. He's all up and down that motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? And he was seriously about getting the money to, you know, to do the studio time, you know, to get the studio equipment. So that's what the grind was more or less about.
Like I always had a passion for rap music, and I was always trying to create the situation to where I could do this full time.
It became to a point where we was hustling for studio time. We all was hustlers, you know what I'm saying? We all had that hustler mentality, but just when we got together, knowing like, all right, this is what you on, this is what I'm on, you know what I'm saying? It just made it make sense, you know what I'm saying? Just like Fats and Sam, you know what I'm saying? Like, Nip and Fats was like this at first, and then, you know, Fats hustled the way Sam hustled. They both was cold hustlers, so they end up hustling together, you feel what I'm saying? That's how that went. And then me and Nip started hustling together, you feel me? And I knew Fats before Nip, you know what I'm saying? From just back in the day, back in the day, you feel me? So that's how that went.
You know, we had a rule, nobody at the house. Nip bring Fats to the house. And so I see Nip and Fats grinding, hustling. I'm like, man, who is it? He's like, no, this is my boy. And, you know, I end up liking and respecting Fats off the top because he was very close with my brother, and I always knew that Fats gonna have bro back. Once Hustle really got studio equipment and started really being at the house more, recording music, and that's when Stone would be around, and then him and Stone used to be together all the time recording. And so they used to go out hustle as much as they needed to hustle just to get right, and then come to the studio and spend as much time in the studio as possible. And at that point, Fats was grinding, I'm grinding, so me and him just linked and we started grinding. We'd be together every day, and that's just what it was. We'll be out, we'll be hustling, grinding, We'll come back to the house, Stone and Hustle will be at the house recording, and we'll come in, tap in, listen to what was being done. That shit will motivate us. We'll go back out, hustle. Stone and Nip will go hustle.
Look, police hit the block, niggas scatter like roaches. Dope sales made in the open, we smoking. I'm so high, still a nigga so focused.
Yeah, I remember riding around with Hustle, pounds of weed in the car, and him pulling up on all type of niggas, selling weed by the handfuls. That's back when I think he had the Cadillac, the gold one. He used to be on with that. And we was really hustling and going to jail for nickel bags. Stress, nigga. That shit was crazy.
Nipsey was a kid who always had an intellect about him, you know what I mean? Very knowledgeable. Talked a lot of shit as a kid, you know what I mean? Bagging and shit and say some funny shit. And, you know, if you're not a person who has a high self-esteem, that would get under, that could possibly get under your, you know what I mean, under your skin.
Him and Casey had the same birthday. They had a good relationship. Hustle used to clown Casey all the time, joke and shit, but Casey saw, you know, something real special in Nip. I remember when Casey first had Kush on the scene, Nip was the only one that could get it from him. Casey wasn't fucking with nobody but Nip. He had a special spot for Nip, so Nip had the weed. And, you know, since that time, Nip didn't want nothing unless it was high echelon weed, you know, that Rolls Royce weed, as Hustle would call it, the best of the best.
There was a standard, right? There was a standard. You know, here being on the West Coast, the standard is very high, and that became his standard from here on out.
The question is, where's the weed better at, in Cali or over here?
Oh, that ain't even a question.
No.
From an LA nigga, I'ma keep it hood.
Nigga might be tired of that Cali bud and just be...
I like that question. That's a good one.
Nah, I mean, really, I got some kush the other night, homie, that had me back home.
Oh, okay.
I was on, my nigga. I was feeling great. So, you know, it's just cream of the crop is cream of the crop, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga might pay a little bit more for it out here, but you know what I'm saying? I done had A1 out here in New York, that like the top we got in LA. I done had equivalent out here, you know what I mean?
Nip, how do you do it right when you get off the plane, homie?
Spark up the motherfucking kush.
That LA kush?
Like that there, my nigga.
That Cali finest, baby.
I remember him coming to New York City, always wanting just the best of the best weed, from even back then when designer weed wasn't a thing. Nipsey used to stay with the top flight. I remember that's what he used to call it. First time I ever came to meet him in Cali, we went to Slauson Tees on Crenshaw. And I said, bro, you got any weed? He goes, man, I got the top flight on deck. Came back out with the super kush.
Slauson Tees, that was a spot, like, you know, like I was saying before, like, that was like the first hood store, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood for pretty much all the homies, because before the parking lot was abandoned, we just used to be up there hustling, everybody hustling, making money, you know what I'm saying, shooting dice.
You know, Fats, Nip, Adam, you know, that was us. We put our blood, sweat, and tears in that shit. We had to make it work. Really, the hood, all the homies, everybody supported and was coming. And it was block money keeping us open at the end of the day. And it was, you know, the community fucking with us. And, you know, by any means, we was going to keep that motherfucker open and make it flourish.
You know, well, that lot is like historic in the neighborhood. That was like the foundation. That's where we all hung. Black Sam was one of the first ones to grab a store there, which was a Slauson Tees, and setting up shop, going to go get the wholesale t-shirts, socks, drawers, everything niggas needed in the neighborhood, so we wouldn't have to always go to the Slauson swap meet. We had it right there on Crenshaw and Slauson. Or, you know, or if you knew about it, then you knew about it, or you can get you a sack of weed. You know, humbly, respectfully.
That was the spot where you go get your shirt, you go get you some tree. But it was always a nice little portion, you know what I mean? And then the quality, I was like, man, they ain't getting that shit from around here.
Shit, Slauson Tees, man, was like the first spot that we had, and that shit was rolling. And it was 24/7, niggas should sleep in that motherfucker. Niggas be knocking on the door at 4 in the morning, you know. Niggas could know they could come over there and get a sack, honestly. You know, we gonna open that door up, we gonna have a fat ass 357 on us, but you can come in. We ain't playing no games, but you can come in and get you a sack and go on your way. But that was what kept us open and kept us being able to elevate and get to the next level. You know, it was the treat.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. This one.
Came all the way from LA, right? Hey, you know what we do in LA, we smoke kush, right?
Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.
I don't expect it to be overnight, but I seen the progress that we've made. I'm closer to where I'm going than to where I started. If I stop now, I got further to go back to. That's why I'm smoking my stuff. Feel me, my balls.
Don't know a nigga like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my foul.
Did you hear about the Mel Gibson strain of weed? It's like a designer weed they're
smoking right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, really? Good stuff.
Prop 19, man.
All right, later on, mate.
Hey, Marathon, continue.
Yeah, see you, bro.
Yo, we used to just talk about like, cuz, what's your favorite weed? They had all these little weeds. I was like, cuz, this the OG. So we gotta have a Marathon OG. And so it was just a vision, like an idea. That nigga just used to pop Marathon OG. We about to do that. We about to do that. You know, just having a brand and shit. Like, now we gotta do the weed. Kept talking about it. And that motherfucker came true.
So, man, we in the back of the 4th Ave, man. Slauson and 4th where it's kind of all started at, especially for the weed. We had, you know what I'm saying, certain few that knew about the strand, that knew that Marathon, 4th Ave, you know what it was.
I mean, that strain, man, the old Marathon OG. I see Lil Baby with Nip come in the store, man. Dude was just like, man, Little Baby, like you didn't see how he is now. He in the shop on 4th Avenue. A lot of cats come through there with Nip, I guess, at night and get some weed from that shop specifically. Come out of town, 4th Ave, man.
Their demonstration and their reputation and their brand. I don't have to put no extras on it, but I truly can say, and I've seen a lot of hustlers, can truly say I've never seen it like that ever in terms of having, you know, basically the hood on lock.
This 4th Ave right here, man, known street. That's where people used to come, man, park. Used to be filled up right here, man. Cars waiting, man, just for the weed, man. It was something I can't even explain, but it was wonderful, man. To see how much people really enjoyed this weed, man, and really loved it. The people, especially in the community, man, they know us. They come right here. You know what I'm saying? We had t-shirts, socks, boxers, we had everything. But they knew the weed was the best, man. See the traffic, man. Hustle used to come right here, man. Stop the traffic, man. And be right here, jump out, come get us a little issue, jump back in, headed to Crenshaw, man. You know, to the other shop, man. You know? This where it was at, man. This where it started at, man. This where we could continue to go, man. Cultivation, man. You already know.
Feel me? Marathon OG store, top of the top quality. Feel me? Can't fuck with us, man. Exotic shit smells just like what it say. I promise, my nigga.
We had the weed, we smashing anything opening, niggas not fucking with us, and it was because we was relentless at finding the flight. And it wasn't one strand, it was like 40 strands. Anything new coming out, we paying the high for it, we bringing it to the hood, and we was the first ones with it. You know, we tapping in with niggas that got it. You know, one of our main boys had relationships with a lot of legit shops. You know, he was selling like marijuana drinks. So he would have all the packs, had a flight, and that's what we was known for. That's why 4th rolled so much. Like that shit would be a line around the fucking corner all day, every day. We had $5 sacks in the morning, wake and bakes, looking like it's the 80s, like back in the day, niggas selling dope. That's how our spots used to look. And motherfucking police used to pull up because we had lines, 50, 60 people early in the morning. Police pull up like, what the fuck is going on? We inside, scared that the police finna raid it. The customers wouldn't even leave. The customers would be like fuck y'all, fuck the police, get out of here. We mad at the customers. They're like, we ain't getting out of line. Finally, the police will just drive off. We'll go make sure they ain't there. We'll open up, and we back booming.
Me and him was doing a bunch of business anyway, you know, every day. Dropping off, picking up, you know, we were moving. And, you know, the introduction was just, I need cake, and I knew who to bring him to. And it was really him dealing with me for the first couple months.
I think Floss, man, at some time we couldn't get in contact with him. We like, man, bro, you need to send me to the Connect. So he ended up plugging us up with Daily. And from there, that was all she wrote.
I started just helping him out, looking for the strength that he wanted to look for, you know. He was in a hunt for some good original OG. Any other flavor he wasn't even interested in, to tell you the truth. All he wanted was the OG, and he wanted the best, you know. And at the time, my boy Pat was growing some of the best OG, so he told me that our consistency was good and he wanted to do something with us, so he told me to plug him in with my boy Pat, and you know, I just made the formal introduction.
So my boy Daly came at me and he was like, there's this guy Nip, and he's got a huge following in Los Angeles. You really got to meet him. In those days, we were meeting a lot of people every day, and he was really somebody from the community that I did want to meet. Came in, he was one of the nicest guys I ever met. Always talking about what he envisioned the future of Marathon was, and he really wanted to do something in cannabis. So we asked him to see if he would promote having people come down to our store in that day, and that was called Downtown Patient Groups. And within like 3 days, he had a line down the block of all these people from the community that really wanted to support him, wanted to support Marathon, and I think what he was trying to create.
I know he had pulled up on me one day and told me to jump in. And he said, this is what we doing. This the new strand. It's the Marathon OG. And smoked some with me, and that shit was crazy. It was groundbreaking for us, for Nipsey to pull up with his own weed. I thought the shit was amazing.
LA, pull up on me. I'm at the Downtown Patient Group for the Cure Company, Marathon OG. Second drop, 420. We live. Pull up. Y'all need to hurry up and get down here. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm about to do, but y'all need to hurry up. Marathon OG!
Everybody gonna leave with you. Just enjoy, don't hurt yourself. You feel me? I got y'all, y'all covered. Everybody gonna get some weed. Turn that shit back up, let's go.
I like when the buzz like this, man. Beautiful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like all them sticks and all that. You know what I'm saying? Marathon OG.
Once I realized how much effect he had in the local market, I was really interested in doing business with them. You know, they really wanted to come on the licensed market, and at that time, it was new to everybody.
Man, the Marathon OG really doing it legitimate. That was Pat. You know, Daly introduced me to Pat, and actually my brother and Fats and Adam, we all went. We had a meeting, and it was basically about legitimizing and taking this brand to the next level as far as like being able to have Marathon OG.
So right now we at Downtown Patient Group. I'm gonna take y'all in here and show y'all the operation. The Marathon OG is actually a partnership between us as the Marathon OG, the Cure Company, and Downtown Patient Group. And you know what I'm saying, show y'all where y'all gonna be if y'all come to fuck with Marathon OG. So you already know this like the top seller. This pure OG right here. This ain't none of that other shit. It's just top flight pure OG. It's what I smoke all day. It's called Marathon OG. Downtown Patient. CMC by Ace.
And then we made it out, and now we standing here. Hope niggas don't think this type of shit gon' magically appear. If so, I got some news for you. They say life's a bitch and should sing the blues to you. Pay attention to hustle, I got the rules for you. Made my way through the maze and I left some clues for you. Now it's up to you, are you gone? Take heed and get paid. Look at this shit. Are you more the type to have your mind enslaved? They telling me they believe and I got style for days. And when I do drop an album, they'll be proud to pay. Still out here on this mission and I'm miles away. Somehow
Big bag, you know what I'm saying? Check me out, man.
Have you learned anything about these dynasties? One thing you can't go out there.
So we gonna see what it do, you know what I'm saying? Marathon OG.
So Nipsey smoked a lot, huh?
Oh yeah. Believe it. That was my dog. He had some weed called the Marathon. Right? So I used
awesome.
I used to call him all the time because he used to bring me over sacks. And I remember the last message I sent him, he didn't have none for me. So I was like, don't have me pull up on you because I need some more of that Marathon. I done ran out of my legs. Now I need some more Marathon to get me to the next level. Because his weed was so good and it was called the Marathon. That was his whole push, was the Marathon. Everything he was supportive of was the Marathon. So it was like the Marathon continues. And when you smoking with him, it's like you smoking in the Marathon because it goes on and on and on.
Top of the top. Fuck if I crash, don't save me. Driving this fast Mercedes. Breakfast with passion lady. Driving this fast Mercedes. Breakfast with passion lady.
When it's album time, so you know I was always searching for a strain that was fire. And you know we went through tons and tons of strains. We ran across the Marathon. You know I'm like, okay, this one seemed like it's it, you know? So I put up all my people that really fuck with the tree. Snoop, you know, Wiz, Cypress Hill, Be Real. All of my circle, my individual circle that's real heavy, like Kush smokers. And you know, everybody's reaction was like, that's the one.
I thought you was gonna drop a nigga off 100 sack. I looked and said, my God.
I gotta bring you a turkey bag, my nigga. You gonna run through 100 sack?
Enough to feed a village.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, okay. Marathon OG. I had to holler at the big homie, you know what I'm saying? Come through, drop the turkey bag off, and see what the results are, you know what I'm saying?
Man, and I'm gonna give you the Richter scale on what this is.
That part.
I'm gonna sit with him for about 15, 17, 18, 19, 20 minutes, and then I'll text you what the radar score is on this thing right here, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. What the radar is, man.
Marathon OG.
Man. It's not a motherfucking race, it's a marathon.
That part. So like I said, this whole room is all Marathon OG. It ain't no other strand getting grown in here. Check it out. Zoom in on the bud real quick. Just let them see what it's looking like. It's a pure OG. So I wanted my brand to just be affiliated with the Marathon companies and other brands, so we called it the Marathon OG.
Let's go. Yeah, what can make a nigga wanna go and get it? Said he want a Beamer with the subs in it. Said he grew up in a house and it was love missing. Said he grew up in the city, keep his gun with him. Young nigga, young nigga. Let's go. Young nigga. And he don't need a reason, he a young nigga. And you don't want your daughter or your sons with him. Young nigga. Let's go. Young nigga. Probably never understand him. Till he pull up in a Phantom. When he pull up in a Phantom, he gon' have that shit blasted. That's right. Like young nigga, just young nigga. Young nigga, just young nigga. What they call you, where you from, nigga?
Yeah, so the whole time, even when we had spots, you know, we always were talking about we need to get a license. You know, we need to get a legitimate store. You know, throughout the raids, you know, police, we gonna grind up enough and buy a license. That was part of the plan. We, you know, when we had an opportunity to put this brand in motion, you know, we're dealing with certain people, and it was always like, we'd do a licensing deal. You know, we could take your name and we could put it on our shop that we already own. And so we turned down multiple deals, maybe like 5, 6 different situations, good locations, good spots, but we don't own the license.
In every direction we went, nobody was willing to sell their license because it was that, you know, they felt super, you know, they felt comfortable already, you know, operating their businesses as is with the license that they had.
It was a long hunt. Finally, we ended up tapping in with one of our partners now, and you know, after long negotiations, he's like, all right, man, whatever we need to make this deal happen, you know, we got our folks, we got a store, it's in Canoga Park, and he's willing to sell the license. So, you know, we had never been down here. We pulled right up, looked at it, we'll take it. And we invested, we bought the license, and the rest is history.
The story of this brand has always been destiny, and things just the stars aligning and the universe conspiring somehow in our favor and us being prepared for it, right? This was the case, with the Marathon Cultivation brand.
Yeah, man. So, the Marathon Collective store #1, we ready. Got the license, and now it's about just remodeling it, making sure that it got the DNA, got bro DNA on it. It's Marathon DNA. When you come in, you're gonna be able to know where you at.
I think when people walk in, people that have been supportive of the brand, since inception or as of recent years, I think they're gonna be able to raise their head up high and feel proud and feel like we did the brand and the legacy some justice.
Westside Slauson Ave, know my demonstration. Born and raised, y'all affiliated. It's really greatness. Riding around like I really made it. Loaded bases, I'm gon' Willie Mason. Yeah.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You drop the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
I was sitting on my link and I start thinking, nigga ain't gonna make 100 mil off in these streets. More than likely, I'm gonna end up in somebody bracing.
We want to make sure we can offer a range of products, all elevated genetics that we've handpicked. And we've been on the hunt for the last year and a half, dialing them in, finding, the most potent genetics. It's always strain specific. You're gonna always get that same strain, grown by the same grower, potent. So that's the key for Marathon Cultivation. Yeah, man. Right now we just got products, man. This Marathon Cultivation. So this the Marathon Kiwi Strawberry Gelato. Best gelato you gonna find, verified. Went out, paid the high. We don't care how much it's costing, whether it's profitable or not. We just want, when niggas light this shit up, gas. It's that Marathon Biscotti number 50. When you find that, if it's that real deal, gonna put you on your ass. Flight. We driving to Oakland to get this. Triple C's. Niggas who know what it is gonna know. Having shops and being in the industry, and now being able to roll it over and have a legitimate license and have a legitimate brand that's respected is huge.
What's up? I'm Nelson. Came out here to support the home team. Grabbed some Uncle Sam, been fire for years. Brought it back for us. Appreciate it. Marathon always.
About to open up the doors in a little bit. This little cookie drop. Flavors for days.
You ain't never had a line of tour. You ain't got a line around the store.
This fire right here. Marathon stay putting out good products, baby. Y'all better get y'all some.
I'm here at the Marathon Cultivation Company. Day one of that new drop, that Packwoods collab, you feel me?
You ain't never front line of war.
Had to come all the way through to LA, man, come get some of that sensei. All the way from Arizona, man.
None of this.
You ain't know what I got. You ain't seen what I seen. Put a bitch on my, put a bitch on the bend. Put a tail in the sand.
And I pulled up at, I want to say, 450, standing outside for this shark bite.
Fish jumping out the face.
I came so I could, I came to get some shark bite. Where it at, man? Where it's at?
I don't even wanna live like I live. You ain't gotta get it out here. I'm a driver and I shoot on the mission.
Here at the Marathon TMC Collective, you already know. About to get this vanilla French toast. Been here since 12:58 this morning. And if you're not first, you're last,
It came with a lot of conditions. Poison that got in your system.
Marathon toast. It don't get no bigger than that. It don't get no bigger than that, man. None.
This is something ridiculous. Fuck up traffic with all of my Christians. And I gotta be over specific, just so they notice the difference. You don't put an actress on the floor. You don't never front line.
We've been doing this for about a year and a half, and everything's ready. Perfect timing. Coming in 2022. And open this #1 store up.
Running it up right now, about to help a new customer out, you know what I'm saying? It's wheel time too, you know what I'm saying? About to spin the wheel.
From the legit shop.
Come on, man, we legit now, man. Listen, I was there when we was not legit, it was illegal as a motherfucker. Nigga, I was working
at night, nigga, what, 11 at night to 9 in the morning? You know that's when the boys is coming in. So nigga, antennas is always up. You ain't know what could happen. But I never got raided. The shop got raided, but I never was in there when it went down. You know what I'm saying? Thank God, you feel me? No. We was selling that shit just like that. Just how it is on that shit, with the disc. We using the disc, we used to burn CDs and shit. We hustling. So from the CDs, the DVD game, we said, fuck, we gonna use those supplies for the weed. We putting the weed inside the CD shit, my nigga. This the #1 though. Marathon OG, man, my boy Nipsey Hussle's personal strand. You know what I'm saying? This was the first strand we had up in the shop. Niggas was coming for this more than they coming for anything. This. And then we hit him in the head with the cookies. Boom, bam.
Yeah, so you already know if you get any strand from a marathon, anything that we put our name on is gas. Anything. You see what I'm saying? Cause we only gonna pick the top, the best shit only. Top of the top. You know what I mean?
You talk about Marathon Cultivation, we're gonna go all the way back. It's no brand, like we talked about before, that's really started from the bottom. Niggas selling nickel sacks, spots getting raided. Every spot we done had, from 60th Mama House, 5th Avenue, Granny's, spots that we done had, 4th Avenue, Elite, Shop, Slauson Tees, Slauson Avenue Clothing, and, you know, building big old steel doors, 5 latches, motherfucking raid that shit. Police gotta knock the whole wall down to get in. Just everything that a nigga done learned from young, getting older, in the game, you know, doing what we gotta do. You know, transitioning to this point where now we legally got a license, we legally selling weed, we literally coming from Oakland right now, picking up packs, bringing them back down, you know, legally, and it's here. So this shit is important to us, to the family, you know. Niggas ain't here no more, you know. This should still be here, and it's something that we talked about with Hustle, something we talked about with Facts. So, you know, Marathon Cultivation, when you buy a product, whatever state it's in, wherever you see that, motherfucker better understand and respect where it's coming from.
That's why I call my thing the Marathon, because I'm not gonna lie and portray this ultimate poise like I've had it figured out. Nah, I just didn't quit. That's the only distinguishing quality from me and probably whoever else going through this or went through this or is gonna go through this, is that I ain't quit. I went through every emotion. I went through every emotion with trying to pursue what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I think that what gonna separate whoever's gonna try to go for something is that you ain't gonna quit. So we right here out the trunk, doing what we do, getting our little money, you know what I'm saying, scraping up our little ends. And the shit took, you know what I'm saying, each next level. Now we got the shop going, we got the... I love you, boy. To everybody listening, you know, I gotta say something that's real. I gotta give you some game every time I talk to you. Just stay at it, homie. You'll get it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you got faith, you got a concept, what you trying to do, if you stay at it, you gon' get it. I used to be on these same corners, my nigga, daydreaming about this shit. With my sacks, I'm running from the police every time I sing. Daydreaming about this shit that I'm living right now, this second. You know, I had much less to have faith in back then, but I had faith somehow. I think, you know, thoughts is powerful in all facets. Cause even my career, even my life, you know, things end up turning out exactly how I visualized them. Not in this time frame I expected. You know what I'm saying? You always want shit to happen overnight. But, you know, I just had clear visions. You know, very few people bet on the underdog. But if you would have, you would have won big. And that happened to be us. We bet on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You gotta all money in, you know, stay focused. Quitting is not an option. 6 O's make $1 million. Big money only. You don't talk about it, be about it. Different things that you wake up to, you know what I mean? When you're on this marathon. My plan, you feel me? I used to be on the block all day. I'm like, I need to be in the back of some form with the AC blowing, smoking kush.
coming through my hood, counting dough, making money plays, plotting on millions. You feel me?